everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bibi Babatunde-Ikotun. I'm a faith and lifestyle content creator living in Ontario, Canada. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome. And today I have a special guest, Dr. Salani. Woo! She's not a stranger to this channel, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today. So today we're going to be doing the Ask Aunty Bibi question, and I don't think people are ready, but let's start. So someone sent me a message saying I moved to Canada recently and I met a guy. We started talking and dating before I found out he's married. I really, really like him and I'm also very lonely here. What should I do? Like loneliness in Canada is a thing.
Yes.
I would not even fault you on that end, because I know that when you first move to Canada, things can get really difficult and lonely. Like your family, your friends, everybody back home, time difference. Then I don't know if you're in school or you came as a PR. There's just a lot going on. So when you meet someone and you guys connect on such a deep level, and in this case it's romantic, it's very easy for you to get very attached to them. Because if it's not them, who else? You just go to work or go to school, come back, do assignments, watch Netflix.
Good for you if you have friends.
If you have friends, repeat it, and get very, very lonely. But how do I say this in a way that doesn't come across as mean? It is somebody else's husband, my love. It is somebody else. Like, I want you to be able to trust God for your own. Because, I'm not a big fan of like, oh, because you've been with somebody's husband, then they'll be with your husband. I'm not a believer in karma.
If we even remove that, let's even remove the topic of karma. Let's talk about the present. Let's leave future.
Okay.
Let's even leave future. Let's talk about the present. Is the man really going to leave his wife for you?
I don't know what he's been saying to you, because I know sometimes married men, they lie through their teeth. Oh, we're going through a rough patch, or we're in the middle of a separation, or we want to get divorced, like that. And time is going. You are not getting any younger. So if you guys have been in a relationship, let's say like 6 months now, that's 6 months of your life gone with somebody that would never be yours. And again, even if the person that even now leaves their wife and now marries you, it's giving home breaker.
Like, do you want to be the reason a man leaves his wife?
And then how do you even tell your family members
that
somebody wants to marry you, but they were married before, and your mom is like, okay, I don't have any issues with someone that's been married before, but when did they divorce? And that's the last month. Like, how would you explain that to your family?
Like, it's a different case if he's already divorced and you people now met.
Yes.
That's a different case. But in this case, it just seems like he's divorcing his wife because of you, and I don't think that's a place you want to be in. Also, apart from the aspect of karma, will you be able to live with that on your conscience, that this man left his wife because of me? Because when you get married, you will understand certain things about marriage, and a lot of things will dawn on you. Like, okay, did I really ruin this for somebody just because I wanted to get married?
I also think the person's character is very questionable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like somebody that would be committed, because when you get married, you say vows, right?
Yes.
You are committed to somebody for the rest of your life. Like, that's what we all say in our vows. And then they step out of that commitment. Like, is that somebody you want to trust with
because
your life?
if they cheated on their wife with you, that's a red flag.
It's a red flag. The chances of them cheating on you with somebody else is very high.
Yeah.
But it's just also it just shows their character. It's a character issue. Somebody that can promise someone for the rest of their life to be faithful, loyal, and honest, and they step out of it so casually like that. Like, I know sometimes they will have some story. Oh, my wife is this. She cannot cook. She does not do this. She does not do that. But sometimes it might be a lie, even if it's now true.
The funny thing is, you enter the marriage and all those things. Do you think married people, do you think we are cooking every day in our houses? Do you think we are having sex every morning, every night, every evening? Do you think we are doing monkey style in the morning, kangaroo style in the afternoon, Congolese style in the night? No! Like, I know you were even talking about this thing like some weeks back, that before we got married, we were like, we cannot wait. Now that we are married, there are some nights that we like, two of us will look at each other and say, let's
just sleep. Sleep is more profitable.
Let us just sleep. So do you think marriage like is all roses? It sounds like all these things, but when you get into the marriage, all those things are not. So really, I don't think it's worth it.
And I don't know, like, of course, you didn't give additional details. Are children involved?
Involved, yeah.
If children are involved, do you want to be a stepmom? And if children are involved, do you want to destroy their family units?
Yes.
Because that thing is very traumatic. If you speak to people that their father just upped and left and like went to be with another woman out of the blue, it's very, very traumatic.
You deprive them of that
closed family. Yeah, that fatherhood.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know if you're a Christian, so I'll just appeal back to your Christianity. You are committing adultery.
Yeah.
Because that person is not your husband. So the moment you found out that the person is married, I think that would have been the great time for you to just be like, you know what, I dated you under false pretenses and it's not working. Like, I can't be with somebody that belongs to somebody else. So I know you can be in a very vulnerable state, and you also mentioned that you're lonely. So you can say, I know I'm with her now, but we're working towards a divorce, la di da di da. Okay, cool. Find divorce, go to therapy, heal. Then maybe we can try again if you really, really think like, okay, this is a relationship that is worthy of pursuing. But this person, we should not even sugarcoat it. It's to somebody else's husband. I know in the past, then I remember one time there was like, I don't even know what happened though. A woman found her husband's girlfriend in the mall and disgraced her, many, and all. And this was like maybe like in 2017. I mean, I was still very small then. Now I've sense. So to me, I was like, oh, like, I don't think women should be like attacking whoever their husbands are being with. Like, go and face your husband. Is your husband that you have a problem with?
I mean, fair enough.
But now I'm like, that woman can attack everybody. You can face her husband, face you, face everybody she cares.
Yes, if you look at it, the logical thing might be for her to face her husband. But the truth is, I also don't think it is our right to tell her how to react.
So anybody on site.
Which is another way you should think about it. Like, put yourself in her shoes. If such a thing happens to you, how would you feel? Put yourself in the shoes of her children. If they see that, you know, it is this lady that, you know, deprived us of having that close family unit, you know, how would you feel? Like, put yourself in the shoes of every party involved and really now make your decision.
Exactly. Like, honestly, see, may they not find you in public and beat you up in the mall because people just use it for gist.
Especially, another thing is, especially in Canada, like, news travels very fast. Like, before you know it now, people will start saying, that's the lady that made this family break up, blah, blah, blah. The single man that is not supposed to marry you, he will go and hear your gist somewhere and be like, no, I don't want, you know, that's not the character of the kind of person that I want to marry. So I think we should probably also give her advice on potential places that she can meet people. Single.
No, I don't know, because I'm not dating this Canada.
Well, true. We did not date in Canada. And I would have said maybe church, but the thing is, even in church, hey, my sister, shine your eye.
There's stories for days.
There are stories. Honestly, I would just say, just pray for discernment, and, you know, for God to lead you to, you know, a good man, a godly man, and also for God to. I want to hope that, you know, the concept of marriage is not an idol in your heart, which is another thing that you should probably look into. Because when you are operating from a place of, you know what, God has me, and you're not like dwelling on, I want the husband, on that desperation. Because men can smell desperation from a mile away.
They will take advantage
of which is probably what this
guys
uncle married man is doing.
I think we can also just address that issue of loneliness, right? So maybe where can somebody find friends to like connect and like build a bond and things like that? I think post-COVID, things have kind of like changed, so we have to like get creative. And like you already mentioned, one church, like you can meet women in church and be friends with them. Me, I'm very big on sisterhood. Like, I want every woman to have a sister, like a sisterhood, people that would like pray for them, hold them down, encourage them, help them have a good time. So that can be one of the ways where you can like deal with the loneliness you're facing. Because you're lonely, like, it's not only a man that should be able to like satisfy that. Am I saying that your sister your sisters or the girls are part of your sisterhood will like be able to solve every aspect of your loneliness. Of course not. If I say that, I'll be lying. But maybe they can help you out with like things like that. If you find out that your days are like very empty and your weekends are just dry, then your friends can help you out. Like it doesn't have to even be things that cost money. It doesn't always have to be brunch and high-end restaurants. It can just be, let's go to the picnic, let's take a walk, let's stroll downtown, let's do this, let's do that. Like there are different ways you can build on your relationship with your sister group. I think another thing is also finding people that have like similar interests with you. So if you like to paint or read books, like there's so many groups that
book
you can
clubs,
find
those
on
kind of
Facebook
things.
or even on the internet.
Facebook is even a great resource. Like I was scrolling one day and I saw like a group for people that like fragrances.
Exactly.
Like they just talk about fragrances. They even host like fragrance parties, events, things like that. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that's it. Find people that you can spend time with. And I know sometimes you might be introverted, want to be home alone and la di da di da, which is cool as well. But loneliness in Canada is real, especially in those winter months.
My sister, it choke.
You will watch every episode on Netflix, everything on YouTube. Like it can be really hard, but you need to like surround yourself with people that share your values, that will encourage you. And Auntie, please draw close to God too as well. So that way you yourself, you just get strengthened in that place of like knowing that God is for you and not against you. You don't have to settle for someone else's husband, someone else that you've set commitment and made vows with. Like you can have your home that is for you and for you alone. So it doesn't always have to be that way. So do you have any last words for our...
I think my last word would just be maybe find a hobby that you can invest time in. Like I've seen people that became, I mean, of course you don't have to be a content creator. I'm just saying it because I'm a content creator. So that's like the first example that came to mind. But I know someone that became a content creator because she was having like depressive episodes, and her therapist actually suggested that she just find a hobby and channel her energy and time into that. And she just focused on that, and she just forgot about, after a while she wasn't really dwelling on the loneliness, and through that she actually met somebody. And I think they're even about to get married now. So you never know. So that's basically it's draw close to God. I feel like that's like number one. And have godly friends.
So my own final thought for you is, I don't know where you are like mentally or spiritually, because I know this kind of phase, like the devil can want it to be a form of like condemnation for you, because at the end of the day you're in adultery, right? And doesn't matter what the enemy says to you, right? You're not condemned. Like God is not angry with you. There's grace for you to detach from that ungodly relationship. There's grace for you to walk better and do better. Because one thing the devil would do is that he will keep condemning you, and what that condemnation would do would really to make you hold on to this thing more, because then you feel like that's the only thing that makes sense in your life. But I want to remind you that the Bible already says that there is no condemnation to them who are in Christ Jesus. So you're free, and you're free indeed. Know that, believe that, and walk in that freedom. And I really wish you all the best. Like my heart goes out to you. I wish you all the best. I hope that this story doesn't lead to your ruin, right? You can see the best thing, walk away from it, and be free and just be happy. So if you watched this video up until this very point, I want to say a big thank you. And you can always send me questions on Twitter. You can use the hashtag Ask Aunty Bibi, or just tag me at bibilamor04. You can also send me an email at bibilamor@gmail.com. Everything is Bibi Lamor. Just find me on Bibi Lamor04. Just find me on Instagram or Twitter, and I will answer your question here. Of course, I will always answer your questions in an empathetic way, no judgment. And at the end of the day, I just want you to feel encouraged and feel like you can live your best possible life. Till next time, bye. And remember, God is not angry with you.